Now it's Cooper Rush leading the Gold Rush to the Bay Area. A very rigged scripted quarterback injury, a very rigged scripted appearance for the guy who is named after literally the Gold Rush of the 1800s. The NFL is a rigged, scripted, laughable story. This is completely laughable. Cooper Rush will be 10-5 as a starting quarterback. It's easy because the Rams is 105. So Cooper Rush is going to be 10-5 entering the Rams game. Don't be surprised if the Ravens are 2-4. It's easy. It's very easy. You know, this team's obviously going to lose against the Lions. The Chiefs will win, but this team loses. So, Broncos, they lose against the Eagles. This team loses against the Bills. Ravens beat the Texans. So, the Ravens are great, and basically they get the head-to-head tiebreak over the Miami Dolphins. But don't be surprised to see the Ravens 3-3 before taking on the Bears. The Bears is 33. They can be 4-3 entering a game against the Dolphins. So Cooper Rush is going to shock the world. He's going to keep the Gold Rush coming. Lamar scripted return against the Bears. Lamar is 45-18 and 90 and 36. Bears is 45-18 and 90 and 36. Lamar Jackson, the 36 quarterback, to win the Super Bowl. Jackson plays 15 out of the 17. He's going to win the Super Bowl in his 19th game of the season. Jackson is 19. Jackson, and why is Lamar Jackson making his return against the Bears? Because the Ravens are from Maryland. They are named after the Virgin Mary. The first pope from America, the new pope, is born at Chicago. And Lamar Jackson makes his return against the Chicago-based Bears because this is in fact a tribute to the pope. Why else would the Ravens, named after the Virgin Mary, win Super Bowl 35? Because Catholic is Gematria 35 and JFK was the 35th president of the United States of America. You see the Chicago connection with the Pope and the team from Maryland? Cooper is 72-36 and 90-27. 90-27 is Santa Clara, so is 72. So is filling in for a couple of games for the 36 quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Yours truly, Lamar Jackson. The amount of time from Lamar's scripted return, he's out 2 to 3 weeks. The Ravens have a bye coming up. He comes back, Lamar Jackson, 73 days before his birthday. 73 would be Gematria of Jackson. How much time from Lamar's scripted return to the day that the Ravens win the Super Bowl? 15 weeks, 105 days. Cooper Rush is number 15. Lamar makes his return 15 weeks before the Super Bowl. Lansing Catholic, that Jesuit connection. Obviously, this is why he plays for the Ravens. That'd be quite the shocker if they beat the Rams and they are not in fact 2-4 but 3-3 before playing the Bears. Cooper Robert Rush is Gematria Baltimore Ravens in Super Bowl 60. We've seen many blocked kicks, many field goal blocks. It's all rigged, by the way. The Raiders field goal block, the block in the Eagles Rams game, the block in the Jets Bucks game. There's another field goal block that I'm forgetting about. Field goal block is Super Bowl 60. What about backup? Some backup quarterback action already with the Bengals, the Vikings, and the Ravens. Backup quarterback, there's Gematria of February the 8th. They play a game against the Rams. The Rams is 105. They're coming off of the game against the Rams, and then the scripted return is 105 days before Super Bowl 60. That is how it is absolutely rigged. And there are 105 previous seasons before this season. The Ravens definitely beat the Texans. It is 50-50 if they beat the Rams, but this doesn't go against the conference record if they lose against the Rams. Well, I do see Lamar Jackson. He can't overcome the AFC Championship game. He can't overcome the conference championship game. That's the narrative with Lamar Jackson. 25th day of the year is the AFC title, Ravens 25, January the 25th. What's the amount of time from when the Ravens shocked the world? They beat the Buffalo Bills. 13 weeks. Lamar hurt for the 1-3 Ravens. Ravens next title 13 years later. 91, 92. They're facing Josh Allen 91 days later. Allen is 91. Lamar Jackson's return against the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears is 91. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens win the AFC Championship game 91 days later. That's what about to go down right there. Philadelphia's 24. They could start 2-4. Ravens and Eagles fall to 2-4 in the Super Bowl. Funny how Cooper Rush is going to have his 32nd birthday. Lamar Jackson, the 32nd pick, is going to win the Super Bowl 32 days after his birthday. His 32nd birthday, November the 21st. How much time after Lamar Jackson's scripted return? 26 days comeback is 26 Santa Clara, 27 ending period. This is Lamar Jackson's return day. Okay, October the 5th or October the 4th, what we get? The day that Cooper Rush has to come in and play quarterback to the time of his next birthday. 47 days like Super Bowl 47, 6 weeks and 5 days like Lamar Jackson, 6-5 in the playoffs, entering the Super Bowl.
Hello, it's your favorite sports thunk here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe.
48 days and they included is kind of like, you know, the return against the Bears. Also worth noting, Chicago is 46. Levi's Stadium is 46. He makes the return against Chicago. The Super Bowl is at Levi's. Lamar Jackson had the hamstring injury. Hamstring is 46. It's all about the 46 in this one. The very scripted return for Lamar Jackson against the Chicago Bears. And the Ravens have the bye. And then Lamar Jackson comes back from the injury. The Bears is under 38. It's also Cooper Rush equals 138. So he is done after 2 games. Lamar makes the return against the Bears. Cooper Rush is born at Charlotte. The Super Bowl's on the 39th day. Charlotte is Gematria 39. Cooper Rush. And we have to connect the Pope to everything. Not everything, but most things happening with the scripting happening with Lamar Jackson, the team from Maryland, the Jesuit Italian owner of the Ravens. I think I did get 171 somewhere around here. I am not seeing it. 170 is Levi Stadium. I'm not getting 172. I'm not getting all of that just yet. Jackson Jr. is 10 touchdowns and 1 interception, so there you go. That's completely rigged as well. That shows you how rigged the NFL is. The public eats it up. His return 47 days before Cooper Rush's birthday, I think, if I remember correctly, or the first game that Cooper Rush is playing. I think the birthday of the Pope, or the death of the Pope, of the previous Pope, is more appropriately. 1 month and 12 days, Lamar makes his return. The Ravens is under 12. A return for Lamar Jackson. Return is 96 and 33. The Bears is 33. Baltimore Ravens is 96. Death of the Pope to the day that Lamar Jackson is making this very rigged, scripted return. 6 months, 5 days. That playoff record will be 6-5 from 3-5. 188 days. Lamar Jackson is about to have one of the greatest runs of all time in the history of the NFL. One of the greatest playoff runs ever. The 27 weeks would be Santa Clara, your Super Bowl site. 6 months, 6 days, Baltimore Ravens. That's the end day included. Hey, I wonder what's the time from the Pope's birthday to the day that Lamar is his birthday. 35 weeks. Catholic 35, Super Bowl 35 win, all that good stuff right there that you can explain. The Pope's death to Lamar Jackson's birthday to the day that the scripted Super Bowl is going to be played. Everything is pointing towards the Baltimore Ravens winning the very scripted Super Bowl. I think we gotta get the Robert Prevost gematria. Robert is 3-3. Pope Leo is gematria of a 3-3 record. It is reasonable to expect the Ravens that they can be 3-3. They got Cooper Rush from the Cowboys. Ravens are 1-3. Dallas is 13. It's all part of a greater overall script in the old Graham scheme of things. It's not just hamstring you can derive the meaning, but also hamstring injury. You're 206 and 80 and 91. 91 is Chicago Bears. 91 days after the hamstring injury, Lamar wins the AFC Championship game. Hamstring injury 80, Levi Stadium 80, Lamar Jackson 80. Lamar Jackson 206, hamstring injury 206. All rigged, scripted, part of the whole grand scheme of things. Your NFL is all a huge, giant, scripted joke. That's all it is at the end of the day. What's the amount? Tom Brady praised Lamar Jackson so much. What's the amount of time from Tom Brady's birthday to the day that Lamar Jackson returns against the Chicago Bears? 84 days, your Jesuit number. Exactly 12 weeks after Tom Brady's birthday, Lamar Jackson returns. 35 previous quarterbacks won the Super Bowl. It's Tom Brady that's come out to 35. I wonder what's the record of the Ravens without Lamar Jackson ever since he became the permanent starting quarterback. The permanent starting quarterback. Going for a 33rd loss against Chicago. He's at 32 losses. He's a 32nd pick. He'll win the Super Bowl 32 days after his birthday. This is what Lamar Jackson about to do. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what he's about to do right there. This is what Lamar Demetrius Jackson is about to do right there. He about to shock up white America. The legend of Lamar Jackson. Every time the Ravens made it to the Super Bowl, they had to win on the road in the divisional, definitely in the AFC Championship game. Every AFC Championship win from the Ravens was won on the road. His rookie year, his first year as a starter, 36 touchdowns. He's going to be a 36 quarterback to win the Super Bowl. That is pretty obvious, I think. Just one more thing right here. He is returning against Caleb Williams. The Ravens are the continuation of the old Browns. And they are going to play in their 14th NFL championship game this year. Could it be against the Packers for the Packers' 14th title, or the blockbuster Eagles-Ravens all-bird matchup? In 32 previous playoff games, too. This is review. But the Ravens' record without Lamar Jackson, this is what we're going about right here. This could include the playoff game. 13-2, they won a game without Lamar Jackson, so 1-0 right there. 1-0, keeping track of the record without Lamar Jackson. You know, because Google, they're going to be all over the place. So 2020, Lamar Jackson 11-4. They lose without him 1-1. 1-1 is the record. 2021, Lamar was 7-5. And they finished 8-9. They were 1-4 without Lamar Jackson. 2-5 without Lamar Jackson. And then, 2022, your 10-7 record, 8-4, 2-3 without Lamar Jackson. I think I remember that was, Hunley or whoever. 2023, 13-3. Yeah, he sat the last week, 13-4. 2024, 12-5. And Lamar played every game. So I do like a 5-9 record without Lamar Jackson. 5-9. Kind of like his 59 points in his first game as the permanent starter in 2019 and 59 prior Super Bowls. Who knows if he'll be 6-9? Who knows if he'll be 5-10? The 15th game without Lamar Jackson in the regular season is going to happen against the Rams. And we will leave it all right there.